I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, because if I think this is cool, guaranteed at least one of you is also gonna think this is cool. So this is a tripod. This is what most of us would normally use if we're shooting photos and doing videos, or in my case, I have a video tripod set up right now so I can record videos like these. Or, you could use something like this Manfrotto 190B, which is a photo tripod that has a ball head. And this is great. This is awesome, except the challenge is if you want to move it around, sometimes it can be annoying to have to kind of like extend the sections and like collapse it and move it. And then even when you do expand the sections, it kind of takes up a lot of floor space. So you may have noticed in my last video, instead of using a tripod, this is kind of funny, I actually used this. And you're like, Anthony, that is a stick. How do I attach my camera to this thing that literally just has a rubber pad on the front of it? Are we focused? Are we focused? Like it's a rubber pad and a metal pole. And this metal pole has another rubber pad on the bottom, and then a knob and what looks like a brake from a bike or something like that. But that's not what it is. What it is, let me show you. So as you can see, I have now extended the pole to its almost maximum height. But then we still have this mechanism on the other end. And you may have noticed that when I squeeze it, the end extends. Or I can retract it, which is great. But if I stand it upright in the position where I want it to be, and then squeeze the end until it hits my ceiling, and then give it a little bit more of a squeeze, now that pole is standing in place. It's taking up this much floor area. It's stable, but it's tall, so it's gonna wobble a little bit, but it's stable enough to replace something like a tripod if I'm maybe doing a video like this and I'm in a small space. But okay, maybe you're looking at it and you're going, Anthony, how the heck do I put my camera on this? Like the top is way up there. So you've probably seen something like this before. This is a friction arm. Small Rig makes these, Newer makes these. This is a super beefy Ulanzi one. You can kind of see it. It's like almost the size of my hand. The little jaw dial here opens and closes. It's got little rubber feet on it so it can clamp onto things. And then it has this twist unlock in the middle where now the whole thing loosens and I can kind of like move it around. And then on the other end, there's a little rubber foot with a 1/4 screw that you could screw into your camera. But I also have one of these, which is a little kind of quick release tripod plate that actually locks in to these locating pins, and then I can screw it on nice and tight and it won't rotate out of the way. And the reason that I've chosen to use these components is because they are a little bit beefier and they are a little bit sturdier than some of the smaller arms and the smaller plates that you can get. So I can take this, tighten it down, and then my camera is now floating on a pole in the middle of my room or wherever I decide to position this pole. So I could take this, I could attach lights to it, I could attach whatever I want to record, and then once I want to move around my space, I just detension it and then move it to my new position. So I think that's kind of cool because you could have one of these, or a lot of the ones that I saw on Amazon actually came in a pack of 2. So I've actually got 2 of them. I guess if you really wanted to get creative, you could like do 2 and then do like a cross pole top down rig recording setup for your Instagram reels. And of course, tripods are awesome, whether you get one that's like this photography tripod or one that's like this Ulanzi Komen Zero Wide tripod that is one of my favorites, or one of my other ones that I started to use recently, like this Heapy 3-in-1, but I've made videos on all of these. You know tripods, I know tripods, I don't need to talk about those. I just thought this is really cool and an alternative to, hold on, all the tripods are falling here. And in some cases, this is actually cheaper. Getting 2 poles was cheaper than buying a lot of the travel tripod options that you can find on Amazon. So I'll leave links to all this down in the description. If you've tried this before and you've seen these, also let me know what you think. In my last video, you can go and watch it and kind of see all the different setups that I was able to achieve. But until then, maybe check out this video or this video right here. And until the next one, grab your camera, get out, and go shoot photos.